like I shared before, Josiah Countryman and his wife lived in the 1860s.
1860s.
And they were woodworkers and built that hutch. And then this was also great grandparents of my wife that would have had
Like
him.
this is 3 generations, 4 generations
Three
back.
generations back.
And they started woodwork. So this is generational blessing of
Yep.
business.
They would have had a son. This was their son who lived in the 1920s era, and 1910s, 1920s, and then they would have had a daughter. So she was a woodworker, and she married a farmer. But she would have been very good. This was my mother-in-law's grandmother. My mother-in-law's grandmother, and then they had their son Fred. I believe, their son Fred, and he is a woodworker still today. He's 84, I believe, and he owns a woodworking business, and he makes trim and furniture. Yes.
85 years old.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And so then, if you zoom in here, this is the photo of Joel and Karma, and they had 7 children. And so that represents
That's your
their family.
father-in-law and mother-in-law, the owner of this business.
Yep, and that's my wife.
After
right
like
there.
4th generation.
Yep, and so my wife is technically, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Joel and Karma, and my wife is the 6th generation
6th
woodworkers.
generation woodworkers.
Yep, and my daughter will be the 7th.
The question was, yeah, you're right. The question I was thinking, 18s, still you have picture. Did they have cameras that time?
They did have cameras in the 1860s, even back to the 1830s and 40s, they would have had cameras, but you had to stay very still, and it took a long time to take the photo, so they encouraged them to sit in a chair to wait for the photo to work.
How many years back, 18 something?
1860 was...
Then 1960, 100 year?
Yeah.
Right? And,
and now,
440, 160 year.
160
This
years
picture
ago.
is 160 years ago taken by camera.
Yep.
Wow.
And because it would have taken so long, it was a very special occasion to even take a photo. And so
I can imagine.
It would have been a special occasion, and
it was not like today everybody have camera, and
as you can see, they don't look very happy about it because of how long it took.
I can see.
Yep. You see how the technology of the cameras has changed throughout the years.
He said they were told not to smile because they couldn't hold it anyway.
Yeah. You wouldn't be able to hold the smile for that long.
Yes.
So
Thank
Joel,
you for explaining.
Tell us a little bit more of how the business started. I'd love to have you share how this all began.
So I started working for my father-in-law, but we were not married then. My future wife worked for him in the cabinet shop. So he had a shop up in Iowa City, not too far from here.
Iowa City.
So when I was going to college, I would work for him part-time. So that's how I learned the trade. And this is my father-in-law. That'd be
That's your father-in-law.
Yep.
Right.
He still has a cabinet shop today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cabinets. I said in the video he made trim. He's actually a cabinet maker.
Yeah, cabinet maker, and he does do trim and other things.
And he's 85 years old and
85.
still working. Wow, that's
Goes to
amazing.
work. He was there today. 6
Praise
days
God.
a week.
That's like a kind of blessing to be healthy like that.
Yeah,
at this
because he
age.
does have some physical ailments, but he just kind of pushes through.
Good.
Goes to work.
Tell him about the prophecy that was spoken. There was a woman that would walk down the street and she would pray over you and your wife.
Yeah. This would have been a neighbor lady. She ended up getting into a car accident that took her life like a year after we moved here. But she would do that, like he said, walk up and down the road, and was often praying for us. We didn't know it, but she prayed for our business to grow. And
Oh, wow. And you didn't know that?
No, and we didn't have.
That's how God's people work.
Yeah.
She said
we
someday.
didn't have this. Yeah.
She said someday you will have a gallery. You will sell clipboards and cutting boards
To the
right
public,
here.
like,
Wow.
right here. Yeah, it's before we had this part of the building at all. So.
Wow.
And we were kind of going through a tough time.
God-
we just had moved. We didn't
yeah.
have a lot of money. And,
Yes.
What are we gonna do?
Everything, God promised, it has challenges.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't mean it comes in a
Right.
plate to
Yeah.
you.
It's a lot of,
Doesn't come
lot of hard
out
work.
of
Yeah.
A lot of hard work and a lot of tough
Yeah.
decisions and
He had many days working 22 hours a day. Waking up at
Wow.
4 in the morning,
trying to
working all day,
get
going
stuff
to
done.
bed at 1 or 2,
Yeah.
trying to get 2 hours of sleep, and then back to work.
And we used to
Wow.
travel a lot to sell our stuff. We'd go to markets, and sell. And that
Wow.
kept us busy on the road too.
Yes.
Plus trying to make it. So.
And plus trying to raise 7 kids.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
survive.
7 kids. All this
Yeah.
work with the
She's
7
number
kids.
6.
And she's one of the 7 at
Number
6 in the morning.
So
Wow.
Kyla, tell us about what it was like growing up, working for the family business. What did you do in the family business?
What did I do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kayla and
Lord,
and
baby.
Shelby, they are my host, and I'm staying with their home. And thank you so much for having me.
We love having you. I guess, well, I was homeschooled, so I was able to actually do school right here in this building while they were working. So
Oh wow.
it was fun to have the opportunity to go out to the shop and play if we needed to and burn off some energy.
And also help with tours,
Yeah.
letting people know about the business and
Yeah.
sweeping up the shop.
We would do anything from sand to clean the bathrooms and do whatever they needed us to
Well,
do.
and they each would go to art shows
Yes,
with
yes,
us
yes.
too.
Yeah.
Travel
Wow.
on the weekend with Dad. And,
Yes, go to Chicago area a lot, Minneapolis
Wow.
area.
Yeah, big
Traveling by road?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we would take like
big
that
van.
Like a van.
15 passenger
Yeah.
van, load it up with all of our product in
Very
a big
big one.
booth like that, and then sell it for the
Wow.
weekend,
2 days or
Yeah.
sometimes 3 days.
and then come back home.
Wow.
Very tired.
And make it again.
Wow.
Keep working.
Life is not easy.
No. That's,
Yeah.
that's
You
a
know,
big-
one thing people
A lot of hard
around the world,
Yeah.
they think life is so easy in USA.
Yeah.
They think there is money just growing on the trees in USA.
Yeah.
So this video, whoever is watching and whoever is listening
Yeah.
around the world, there is a message through their life
Yeah.
that life is not easy anywhere.
That's
You
right.
have to work hard
Yeah.
You
Uh,
didn't,
a lot
you
of
didn't
so
learn,
to be successful.
Right. Right.
You had to learn from basically ground zero in a way. Like you apprenticed under my grandpa and learned how to do woodworking that
But I
way
didn't understand
But you
business.
didn't know
Yeah.
How does that work?
until you started.
Yeah. I
You
had to
actually
learn a
lost
lot.
your job.
Made
Yeah.
A lot of mistakes. That's how you
Yeah.
learn.
Mistakes are always, we were talking yesterday,
Oh,
Shelby
okay.
and me,
Gotcha.
that mistakes are the best teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Even in
teach you.
church, right?
They teach you perfect. Okay, this is you did, next don't do it. And
Yeah.
if you don't do it, have the same problem.
Yeah.
If you do it again.
Yeah.
But there
No,
were many
you-
sacrifices that,
Yeah.
that you both made for
Oh.
your kids and for each other, and
Yeah.
there was a lot of tears and a lot of hard times that God
Yeah.
had been faithful and brought them through.
We were blessed with pretty good health all the way through.
Yeah, praise God for the health. That's
Absolutely.
yes,
Yep.
yes.
There's so many more stories we could,
Oh,
we could
yeah.
share.
Yes, thank you so
but we'll
much
end
for that. Yeah. I believe people would enjoy this story from America. Yes,
bless you.
yeah. God bless you.
you.